We have audio meters. They don't hit the red, right? They stay in the yellow. Bop, bop, bop. Okay. Ah!
That's right.
It's getting hot in here with all these parts. What's up, guys? You're watching JayzTwoCents, and we're going to bring you the video that I know you've been waiting for, because I've been hyping it all month long. And I'm building a second PC. And this is kind of a milestone for me personally in my life, because you may find this hard to believe. I have never personally owned two towers at the same time. Never. I have always replaced a tower with a tower. So this is really exciting and really fun to me. Reeling fun to me, whatever that means. I'm reeling in fun to me. Okay, so there's a couple of things we need to talk about here. One, I apologize for the audio quality. I'm using the dead cat thing over there to capture the audio without wearing my little clip-on. And we are going to be doing this video a little bit differently than normal. We're not going to be doing a build log, how to build a computer. I've already done that, a couple of those. If you want to see those, I'll annotate them here somewhere and you can go and check those out. We're instead going to talk about the parts we're using, why we're using the parts, and then we're going to do a little montage of the build, and then we're going to talk about overall thoughts after it's complete. So let's talk about the parts. One thing I want to point out is most of these parts were provided for review. So there are some parts on here that you guys may be like, well, why'd you go with this and why'd you go with that? Well, for the most part, I didn't have a whole lot of a choice, but the parts that we've got together here are pretty well compatible with each other and are going to do a fantastic job of what I need this computer to do. And that being, it needs to be a test bench. It needs to be portable. I want it to double as a LAN box. That way I can take it with me to gaming events and stuff without having to break my back and hire a crane to move the 900D. And I want it to be customizable in the sense that we can fit different components in there without issues as we're using it as a test bench also. So here's what we are using. This stuff. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get into the... No, seriously. For the processor, I am using, and I chose this one on my own, the Haswell 4670 1150 socket CPU. I'm not going to be using this machine as a rendering machine for video editing. At the most, the worst task it would have put on it is a stream machine, which yes is rendering, but without any other tasks being done on the computer at that time. If it's streaming for me, picking up what I'm doing on my gaming machine, there's more than enough power in this quad core to handle that. And to keep that cool, we are going with the Glacer 240L from Cooler Master. We did a review on that. I'm not sure. I think this video is going to go up before those reviews, so make sure you check out those reviews individually as they go up. And again, we are going to be putting everything in a Cooler Master half XB Evo. This is the upgraded version of the original Evo. Gives you a couple more hard drive, 3.5-inch hard drive slots. They have hot swap on there. That has a removable hard drive cage, giving you more room internally. Comes with upgraded fans over the Evo. Really good case, very flexible, and that's what was important. And we're going to be putting some JetFlow 120s in that Evo, of course. We are going to be using the AX750 from Corsair. That's a recycled power supply I had in my gaming rig. I took it out. We're going to put it in here. And we are using two MSI gaming components. We are using the R9 270, which I've already done the review on. Very, very powerful card for under 200 bucks. I was able to play Battlefield 4 on Ultra. It had an average frames per second of 50 frames per second, which is really awesome. So that's an amazing card for less than 200 bucks. I couldn't recommend it more if you're on a budget. And then we're going to be using the unreleased Z87M Micro ATX 1150 socket motherboard. This motherboard is not on the market yet. We'll take a little bit of a look at that in this build. I'll talk more about this motherboard probably in another video as I get a little more familiar with it, but it's got all the features you come to expect. It's got a high-end NIC card built into it, high-end sound card built into it. For RAM, we are using the XPG from ADATA 1600 MHz 99924 timings. We did a review on that. For a mouse, we are using my G700S. This is my wireless gaming mouse. I purchased that. We have my Crucial M4 SSD as the main drive. We have two Seagate Baracude 7200 RPM drives here that we're going to be putting in RAID. We're going to do some RAID testing and some RAID videos, how to RAID. I know you guys have been asking. And that's not a Warcraft RAID or a RAID boss. This is RAID for hard drives. And then we are going to be clicking and clacking with the CM Storm Quickfire Stealth mechanical keyboard. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in here. Let's put this thing together and let's see how we like it. And we'll talk more about that at the end of the video. So don't go anywhere. So there you have it, guys. JayzTwoCents can build a Battlefield 4 on Ultra Preset computer in about 2.5 minutes. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, JayzTwoCents. I'm just kidding. Let's go ahead and talk about these parts and see how much they cost and what the performance is like. Altogether, these parts came to about $1,250, and there are some corners that you could cut on that if you need to keep the budget down closer to $1,100 or maybe even closer to $1,000. In fact, Battlefield 4 right now is running on my mechanical drive, not my SSD. So if you really need to cut some corners, you could omit the SSD. I wouldn't really recommend it, but you could also go with the air cooler instead of the Glacer 240L, which I have on here right now. I wouldn't really recommend cutting that corner though, because the Glacer 240L on here is an absolutely amazing water cooler. It's an expandable water cooler, as I mentioned, and it gives you full custom loop performance, but it's already packaged together that you can expand on later if you need to. I mean, right now, this thing was running in the mid-60s on the cores, the 4670K while overclocked to 4.5. That is amazing. I mean, I can't even say enough about it. The MSI Z87M gaming motherboard, it's a micro ATX board. Overclocking on it was really easy. The BIOS is awesome. The features of the board look awesome. Just aesthetically, it looks great. And they matched up with the MSI Gaming R9 270 card. We've already done the review on that. Fantastic combo. They look really good together. And this R9, we've already done the review on it, so this is no surprise. But we're sitting in the 65 frames per second at the time of this. This is in spectator mode, but still 65 frames per second average on Ultra Preset. Who could ask for more on that? I mean, seriously, that is Amazing performance for a $179 graphics card. Again, at the time of filming. You don't need to break the bank by spending $500 on a graphics card to get good 1080p performance. I mean, it's just not necessary. And the ADATA RAM, 1600 megahertz out of the box with 99924 timings. XMP profile and bumped it up to 1866 megahertz overclock. No problems whatsoever. Didn't even break a sweat. All these parts came to about $1,250. You could easily get it down more to $1,000 to $1,100 if you just scaled it back on a couple of the components. I wouldn't scale back the graphics card though. This is absolutely perfect right where it's at. Lastly, I want to say that the half XB EBO was just a great case to build in. It doubles as a LAN box and a test bench, so it has dual purpose for me. I've needed a portable computer, but one that also I can do all my testing in for parts as they're sent to me, and that's exactly what that's doing right there behind me. You have a removable motherboard tray, giving you nice, easy access to the bottom part of the case if you need it, giving you an easy place to take the motherboard tray out, put a heat sink tower on there, and mount it right back in the tray with 4 thumb screws. The cooling on it is amazing. 3 sides come off, or top and both sides come off, giving you nice, surround access to every aspect of the board and the case. Couldn't ask for an easier build, which is important for a guy like me who builds in all kinds of different cases. Sometimes some of these cases are just a pain in the ass to build in, not the half XB EVO. Great case. Guys, huge shout out to the vendors who supplied parts for this case. MSI, ADATA, Cooler Master, you guys really came through for me, and I definitely appreciate that. So guys, this has been JayzTwoCents. If you're interested in the parts that were used or checking them out for yourself, I'm going to put a link to them down into the description, and you can go and check out those parts, because prices are always changing, so they may have gone down by the time you get around to watching this video. I'm going to get on out of here. I'm going to start filming some more reviews. We got lots to cover this holiday season, and as always, if you've enjoyed this video and you know what to do, follow me on Twitter, because that's the best place to get a hold of me if you need advice or a tech question when it comes to your computer. And I'm going to see you guys in my next video when I see you. Yeah.